only tiebreaker of the day. You have to beat Flamengo 2 times back-to-back if you want to come out on top. And now you are this far behind on LeBlanc. You are Seal, and you have died twice going in for an aggressive play. I think you might start to doubt yourself, and that's an incredibly difficult position to be in. Oh, but Tolerant does it. A lot of misses there. Fantastic patience on the spell shield from BRTT.
And you talk about the mentality, too. You make that misplay as Taunt. You flash forward and you do not connect the silence. Then he spell shields the hook. And you're basically getting taunted by the crowd as it does not come through. And yes, Royal have the gold lead right now, but you can't make these mistakes.
Going in close to the knockup is there. Rek'Sai's going to be able to change the ultimate in an instant, but they take down Lucy. Maybe now that they can turn the fight. We sit on the retreat. Rek'Sai still with ultimate up and available. Robo on the way down, on the hunt now burned. Mid lane tower in the sights of Flamengo.
Really big win here as Armut, the superior split pusher, has the TP advantage right now. These 1-for-1 trades going to be buying more and more time for him to get stuff done on this bottom side of the map. But I just love that we keep getting these sort of tit-for-tat trades. You know, it's 1-for-1 on opposite sides of the map. Right there, just trading with these hook champions. When we get our first big team fight, that's going to be so telling as to who can extend the game. Is Hex Splash up the wall? What? Did he cancel it?
I think he canceled. He thought he hit the hook.
I think he canceled it with hook.
All right, Tolerant pulling back, but does threaten, and it means the mid lane tower is going to be in trouble. Tolerant is now in trouble, but the mid lane tower has already gone down. The rest of Flamengo now on the way. Blitzcrank gets deleted to kick the fight off. Big Ezreal connects onto 3. Shill now stepping forward. Shrimp is going to be able to back away. Bit of a miss there from Royal. They grabbed the mid lane tower, though. They have to be happy with that one, but not ideal to lose the Blitzcrank in the trade.
I guess you can step back from that and say worth, but obviously want to hold on to your players. 3 minutes on the next mountain, but I don't think these teams are actually fighting over objectives primarily. It's vision control inside of the river, because when you have 2 pick-focused team compositions, the team with superior vision control is usually the team that wins. When you are forced to walk into the fog of war and a thresh hook comes out of nowhere, or the blitz hand comes out, you actually just can't react to that in a lot of these situations unless you are, a Sivir walking forward with a spell shield. So that the combat in River is something we're going to continue to see, especially as objectives become more and more prevalent with the Baron.
And I'm curious to see if Royal continue to set their sights on the side lane with this Fiora, if they can actually continue to push Arma forward. Obviously has the TP advantage. Now has built the BF sword. I think a conservative player would say GA third item. I kind of hope it's a Spear Shogun. I haven't seen a Spear Shogun Fiora yet, but I think that'd be pretty hype.
Could be fun. Now, the thing about Fiora is that it's sort of interesting because usually you consider her super strong in any isolated duel, but also, how do you play that within a team fight? You lose the big Q trades against Robo. He had that second charge channeled up. But realistically, when you're looking at Armut in these later fights, you think, okay, when can he go in? It's probably when stuff like the Thresh play is down, or Cinder doesn't have access to the E to scatter the weak and knock you to the side. But it's about target access, and that is where Fiora is going to be weaker. She doesn't have the ability to close the gap necessarily, but if she does get on top of you, that is where she will beat you in the fights.
Very difficult to do, though, up against the likes of a Sivir with both the spell shield as well as the on the hunt. And once again, we talked about the difference in AD carry scaling. Ezreal usually very powerful around these 2 items. He should be feeling comfortable, but the later and later we get, the more and more BRTT will have under his belt, and a late game Sivir is so difficult for any team to deal with. You can always prey on that miracle hook, but not a position you want to be in.
Royal do have some good tools to deal with it, though. Like, if you consider Seal jumping in to try and burn a spell shield with a couple of pokes from Qs, you can try to isolate BRTT, make him waste his cooldowns, even if you aren't killing him, because BRTT doesn't have the greatest front line in this game. It's a lot of fighters, no true tanks. It is hard to just park in the back line of a team fight and chuck out auto attacks, so you can try to get these spread out fights, and that's where Sivir is going to struggle, where she can't actually find the ricochets to get that big AoE team fight damage.
But you can still see 1.2k gold lead. As we look at the gold, you can see a big difference between the top laners. That is both the CS advantage coming in for Fiora, as well as the Klepto. Hook will connect, but of course spell shield there to block it. And Ezreal also with a decent lead at this stage.
I thought both mid laners went for some pretty interesting itemization here. Banshee Veil second on both of them, knowing that the utility of being able to absorb that first hook is going to be so crucial in these situations. They don't actually want the damage. They just want to be able to survive, because you'd much rather have a 5v5 where you deal less damage than a 4v5 where you can't deal any.
Very true. Goku constantly fishing with these scatter the weeks. Feels like he's always just on the edge of the hitbox, but unable to make it work. Lucy now stepping in. Hook shot, wall dive. They grab the Lee Sin. Closer, instantly going to get deleted. And now they continue to set the fight forward. The Camille steps in, but that's not what they needed at all. A 1-for-1 trade in the end. What's pulling him back?
Every single time, it's the hook trades right there to single off kills. You can see the vision game so important as BRTT can get a little bit chunked right here. But it's that ward behind the wall where Shrimp can sit, where Lucy can sit there as well and look for the engages that are almost always going to result in kills.
Good movement from Pilot to get away from the Cinder there. Counting out on the scat of the week. In the meantime, lo and behold, who's on the side lane just continuously pushing in? None other than Arma. And Goku can step forward, but this is very difficult. Can block the ult or the stun, both of which are pretty crucial. BRTT on the way, but no ultimate. The whole team is now collapsing.
Yeah, but they can't actually get the distance closed on towards Armut with the rest of Royal moving down. This Mountain Drake's still up, though. The respawn's going to be coming through from Robo, but he does not have the teleport. So Flamengo are going to back away and give Royal their second Mountain Drake of the game. This is a huge pickup for them at the 27-minute mark in the game.
Going to give me a Spirit Shojin, a Fiora, it looks like. So the duels, the Q trades may be favorable at first for the Camille, but an extended fight you have to give in favor of the Fiora. Will make her a terror to play against. Flamengo, though, not concerned. They give up the second Mountain Drake, but they grab the mid lane tower.
And that'll end up canceling the TP coming through from Seal. His TP not going to be the most crucial thing in this game. 1-3-1 is not the name of the game. It is just 1-4 split for the majority of times as Flamengo continue to try and group with Robo around objectives. This is what we're going to see is Robo coming in with a numbers advantage, and that's how they get vision control. Because they have the stronger team fighter / initiating top laner, Robo will be on the move constantly, whereas Armut says, okay team, sacrifice the vision game in River, play when you know there aren't going to be multiple members of Flamengo in the area, and just let me get stuff done down bottom lane, because no one will be able to hold him. Robo can try to clear waves. He has the Ravenous Hydra now to try and take trades and also have the AoE on the minions, but ultimately that inhibitor tower is going to get tested, and that is where the game gets most exciting, because it will become a question of, do Royal call off the split push to come into a 5v5, or are Flamengo just going to be able to force a fight?
It's rough for Robo, because while overall he may get to help the team more, he has to sacrifice the individual a lot more too. And you can see Camille, or rather Fiora, constantly pushing up, constantly getting the Krugs, building an XP advantage, level 15 to level 16, and just so much gold being funneled in Armwood now as he's just being left on his own to farm every single wave coming through bot lane.
So the most important thing to look at when we're playing these types of pick compositions is who controls the river bushes around mid lane. Those are going to be right here, where a large member of Royal are at the moment when we're playing around Baron, and the bottom one when the focus is on Drake. So right now it's about that control ward the Pilot is sitting on right now, because if you control that and you have Blitzcrank sitting in the bush, Flamengo can't step up to the wave. That means you hit the wave first, you clear it first, and then you move into the jungle. Then you put down more pressure. Makes them play on the defense the whole time.
The Blitzcrank, they don't care. They're going to go on him anyway. Tolerant immediately blown up. BRTT now on the hunt. Closer needs to run for his life. The flash hook from Lucy will not connect. Seal may look to get a kill back here. Fiora cleared out on the bottom side. Are they going to go for the Baron? They have a single Mountain Drake to back them up, but the jungler is still up. Doing fine. It will just be the vision control over to the side of Flamengo.
They don't have a true tank, so it's a little bit hard. Maybe Goku not able to unleash his power and find the fight. Flamengo, the play was there. If they wanted to start up the Baron, they could pull the TP out of Arma. It would have been a big win, but now...
Go down. The hookshot wall dive is going to get stunned up. The ultimate comes out. Arma's still going to find the 1v1 in the end. Locked in the Hextech ultimatum for a few more seconds, but he gets it. The solo kill, and now Royal instantly collapses in the mid lane. BRTT will get nothing back. Goku taken down as well.
Royal have just won everywhere, and Tolerant respawned as well. Shrimp is alive, but Royal will head over to the Baron right now. They have Double Mountain. They have TP on Armut. Flamengo would have to pull off some kind of a miracle, and it's just not possible. Now the TP comes into the bottom lane. They're trying to get an inhibitor and a Baron at the same time.
Massive play coming in. Will it cost them? No. Flamengo are just going to respond to the bottom side. They don't want to give up this inhibitor. They're not going to contest the Baron whatsoever, and that means Royal going to extend their gold lead, going to grab this Baron completely and totally uncontested, and are now in pole position to take the game.
I just think it's such a smart call from Arma, too. In a lot of situations like this, you would say TPing bot lane may be risky, but instead he's able to break open the base and have a lot more threat moving forward. You can see it's Seal just going solo play right now. The rest of Flamengo was backing away. But Goku cancels recall to come in. Now he's dead, too. Not able to get the damage down onto Closer. He splits it between him and Seal, so... that's just 2 quick kills, and you can see Royal, with their chances to move on in Worlds on the line, just absolutely ecstatic.
You have to remember, I mean, you make it to the best of 5, whatever happened in this group stage is just inconsequential. All that matters is you made it that far. All that matters is you put up good results in that best of 5, and that's what Royal have their eyes set on. Even if they take this game, they're going to have to win one more. They're going to have to win the tiebreaker as well. But now, Flamengo on the hunt ready, looking for an opportunity to shut this down. Not the ideal use. We're really hoping to find a pick there. Fiora's going to be able to move in on the bottom side.
The idea is just preemptively clearing away at the wave, I think, because just 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining on that Baron push means it could be hard to actually get any more now. What Armut needs is his whole team to sync up the wave pushes in both mid lane and top lane, or at least around that mid lane. Otherwise, he can never step forward. He can keep the minions buffed with his team spread around the map, and without him having a TP or anyone on his team really being able to react, they can't get anything done.
Armut not running.
This is a deep chase.
Through the ulti now coming out. You are definitely trying to get that one out. Big stun connects him, but Armut just instantly shut down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the fight turning in favor of Royal. BRTT gets knocked out.
But that's just a lost trade now. BRTT in the mid lane, there's no reason to be there. Now Royal have access to the inhibitor. The play was good. Flamengo chased for a long time, but they needed players to stay alive mid lane. Now that inhibitor on 50% HP, it's 4v4, and Royal are going to get it.
Maybe they can win the fight, follow fight. But instead, the top lane is their focus. They want to hold on to this one. They're willing to give up one inhibitor. They don't want to give up two. Now the hold for Flamengo. Royal in a fantastic position. Robo fishing now for the stun steal. Goes right back in, knowing the hookshot wall dive is off cooldown. They need to block the creep wave. Royal are just walking around the map, picking this off. Without the RTT up and available, they have no way to run down the opposition. Too many mobile champions on the enemy team. They cannot contest this push.
And a wave is being pushed in the top lane too. Flamengo are not able to force the fight. They use their cooldowns to make that pick happen in the bottom lane. They're not committing.
Hookshot wall dive won't work. They're just trying to keep the inhibitor alive. But meanwhile, Fuel on the top side is going to break the tower. Could potentially just be 3 inhibitors. BRTT is back up. This should mean now the hold for Flamengo, but they have no inhib towers left.
What a disaster there for Flamengo. I mean, potentially a game-losing mistake from BRTT in the mid lane. They'd gotten the pick down bottom side. They'd gotten what they needed to have 5v4, to be able to survive. But instead it was BRTT. Oh, that's the play from Tolerant. It finally worked out. The flash into the silence just to break the spell shield. Not a lot you can do there.
BRTT with flash up has to be hitting himself on that one. But Tolerant, the perfect blitz combo, exactly what you want when push came to shove. He was the difference maker. That is the sole reason the team was able to break open the base in that exchange. The blitzcrank pick paying off for the side of Royal.
It's exactly what they needed. Remember that bot lane inhibitor? Dangerously low too, so Armut going to be able to move in towards that objective.
What?
Okay, that's a Cinder W.
All right.
Clever. No, it's mine.
Yeah, able to take that one. Blue buff. Probably not make or break at this point in the game, but given the amount of wave clear that will be happening. Actually, the really good news, though, for Flamengo at this stage is, while, yes, you are in terrifying situation at this stage, BRTT is going to get a lot of farm.
Look at the top lane, though. That's is that a 5,000 gold difference? Am I saying that correctly?
That is, yeah, just about.
That's 4,500 gold difference. That's
not
ridiculous.
Stop Robo from going in, though, onto Armut. The entire team is here. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Armut is not the important factor anymore. They need to back out. They need to make sure that their base does not get taken down. It's going to be at least one more inhibitor for the side of Royal for this pick. Is it worth it? Well, now backing off.
This is where I think Armut is playing really intelligently. You say he's getting picked, yes, but he's getting killed so far away from the base. He's wasting their time. He's making himself look juicy. He's making himself look like good bait, but he's forcing Flamengo to chase him so far so that his team can get objectives on the other side. It's what we saw with that Baron push when they took 3 members to kill Royal's top laner. We just saw it again, but Kenzie will get a kill.
Robo has to be careful here. If he gets picked off right as the Baron is only a minute and 30 seconds away, it's going to be disaster. It's going to cost him so much. But now he's trying to turn the play on the Seal. Now he's trying to turn the play onto the LeBlanc. Is it going to be enough? The Lee Sin coming in, trying to stop it. Stopwatch is there. Robo needs to find a way out of this one. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Who's going to grab it in the end? Seal will get the kill.
Ultimately, I don't think it's going to result in Flamengo losing too much. They've lost 2 inhibitors already. Armut just going to be respawning without a teleport, so Royal just going to back away and collect their minion waves. What it actually does is maybe give Flamengo a little bit of a window to get vision around this Baron buff. Because they saw so many members commit on towards Robo bottom lane, they do have the vision set up. They need to contest around this Baron in 50 seconds. And you know, with your base already pretty much exploded on the side of Flamengo, you are going to have to be picked. You're going to be forced into a fight, right? If it's not in 40 seconds, it's in 2.5 minutes when the Elder Dragon spawns. So having this vision, having the setup to potentially spot out while Tolerant is going to be sitting is going to be crucial.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you're playing against a Thresh versus a Blitzcrank. They need vision to make sure that their team does not just get picked off, that they can't or don't walk into fog of war and just die.
So one play I could see Royal going for here was Seal picking a blue buff, slink in down bottom lane behind the Fiora. You can just sneak, get that 2v1, get a kill onto Robo, and then threaten both the inhibitor and the base as well. That's what Goku has the same idea with both these mid laners running teleport. This could get really, really hairy because the 2v2 goes massively in favor of Royal, I think.
These are the tense moments, potentially the final moments. Spotted out. Good use of the ward. Massive wave crashing on top side. Good news. Close in proximity to the Baron. BRTT, oof. Making that money, 4 on him, Sivir. Gotta respect it in the fights to come, but they need to find a fight, which may be very difficult against this team.
Even in a 1v2, Arma, he has the stopwatch. So he can block so much damage coming through from Goku. He can block the stun with his parry and then block the unleashed power with his own ultimate. So the rest of his team could threaten starting up this Baron buff. Everyone has the TPs, but really they just want to find this fight.
A lot of damage being laid down by Goku. Ult coming out for Arma. They are just going to retreat instead, setting their sights on the inhibitor. Seal trying to buy space for Arma to hit. Ulti comes out. Like just trying to force the parry there. But Seal now fearless as the ulti's gone. There's really no kill pressure left for the LeBlanc.
Well, Royal can just keep chipping away at this inhibitor. This is why now BRTT is in the bottom lane. We were talking about how teleports can stop the split push from being a viable option, but not if you step up on 1v2.
Robo just has to dash away.
Yeah, okay, here we go. TP coming in from Goku. They want to find the fight around the Baron, but there's still 2 members from Royal bot lane. They're going to get the inhib.
It's on Robo. They may have took the lead. That's big. That could be the fight to get kicked off. Azriel stops to use his ultimate. What will it cost him? The solo laner's in the base. Royal Youth need to make a way out. Surf crashes forward. That's going to be huge. Can they take out Closer? Can they get anyone? The Rek'Sai goes under, comes right back out, but Closer still alive. Closer, look at the base. But in the meantime, it does not matter. Robo holding on as best he can. BRTT in the midst of everything. Huge damage coming in. Arma needs to find the kill. Can he actually get it? The Sivir now starting to shred through him. That's the shutdown. It's a chaotic game. It is a back and forth, but both teams will remain in this game.
BRTT makes the call in the heat of the moment, abandon the team fight, but save the base. He goes to the recall, and literally everything is gone except Flamengo's Nexus. Brazil are still in this game, but now Royal are picking up the Baron.
3 TPs to the side of Royal. No wards in the base. This is going to be one final hold for the side of Flamengo. 3 inhibs down, base wide open.
And Elder Dragon is spawning as well. Robo and Shrimp will both be dead as that comes onto the rip. So this is going to be the absolutely most powerful Royal we might be seeing all game here, with only one more structure they've got to knock down.
Just remember, this is not the end of Royal's climb. Maybe if they find the win here, they have to move into that tiebreaker game later in the day. They will have to give up side selection to the side of Flamengo. Flamengo were able to win much faster than Royal, with 24 minutes compared to the current game time of 38. A very tense match. Not out of the realm of possibility that Flamengo can find the win, but an incredibly tense moment here in the game.
We'll see it one more time because Robo can't really do anything here by himself. He jumps onto Seal to make sure LeBlanc can stop hitting on towards the tower. And then watch BRTT flash forward. Auto gets the reset off the W as well. And Armut realizes he doesn't actually have the DPS, just blindly tank the damage coming through from BRTT and hit that Nexus. So the game does stall out for now, but Seal, waiting at base, does have TP. This is going to be the push that Royal look to stay alive.
And short of selling boots, that is a full build Sivir. I mean, it is possible. It seems highly unlikely. The sheer amount of damage that coming from this Royal comp. If BRTT tanks a single hook, if he misses positions for even a second, all of their wave clear will disappear, and they will lose just the sheer massive creeps coming in.
Flamengo need to make sure they get the team fight. They need to fight before the minions just come on in and give Royal the ability to blindly rush for the Nexus. They must find the initiation. It'll come from Robo or Shrimp.
X-Flash Intolerant. Maybe to catch somebody out. Arma, nope. Forced to use the parry. They're backing off. They're playing slow and steady. Here goes Tolerant. Stepping forward. Good sidestep. Hook goes in. Does not connect. BRTT now runs in. Good sidestep once again coming from BRTT. Sivir's the only person that matters. Can he win the fight? He can't even get in. In the meantime, they're now trying to pull ahead. Sivir's still in touch, but it does not matter. The Camille on the backside is getting so much work done. Shrimp goes golden, but it will not be enough. He gets taken on the end, and now the fight is turning against Flamengo. BRTT is caught out on his lonesome. Goes into the GA, and that is going to do it. Royal Youth cut down Flamengo. And they will move on later in the day. An explosive final moment. Goku versus the world, but it will not be enough. When push comes to shove, Royal come out on top, and they will force the tiebreaker for the group.
With their backs against the wall, Royal and Turkey's hopes at World needed this win to stay alive.